I was remiss in not welcoming everyone, and especially all those watching on live stream as well. Very, very happy that you're here with us tonight. If you have listened to me at all, you know that I have a particular approach to preaching that's called the circular approach, which is that where I begin is where I like to end. And tonight, I would like to take that one step further, to go full circle not only within this homily, but to go full circle with regard to our whole time together. In July 2008, I became the 6th pastor of St. Catherine, and in September of that year, I was formally installed. At that Mass, I spoke about a very popular book at that time called 3 Cups of Tea. It was written by Greg Mortensen and David Poland, and they had a mission in which they were trying to attack poverty and provide education, especially for young women in Afghanistan and Pakistan, where they were greatly prejudiced against. And the title had to do with the cultural practice of sharing tea with the Balti people. The first cup of tea was said to be that of a stranger. The second cup, you were an honored guest. And in the third cup, you were family. I said that that was my goal and that was my hope for all of us, to be family. I believe that over these 13 years, that is exactly what has happened. Your extremely generous approach and outreach to me this past month for sure has been so unbelievable, remarkable. It has truly overwhelmed me. But it's really a byproduct of what we have shared together all the time. There have been many joys, celebrations, weddings, family achievements, all kinds of accomplishments. Your children's successes from First Communion to getting into the college of their choice and everything in between. But there's also been a lot of challenging moments, from death itself within our family, the ones that we love the most, to so many other kinds of losses and grieving. Most recently, almost entirely as a community, as a nation, as a world community, the effects of the COVID virus. The totality of both those joys and those most challenging moments is what makes up family, what makes all of our families. And it's what Jesus calls us to be. It is real life and faith mixed together. Now, that's not as easy as it sounds. Today, Jesus is confronted by one of the many evils that he faced, the Pharisees. The ironic thing is here, these religious people who know it all, know the law, etc., and yet wind up being on the other side of the Son of God. Pharisees continue to exist in every day and age. The danger is real. As is my wont to look up the exact definitions of words, when I looked up Pharisaic, it said the following, and I quote, "Practicing or advocating strict observance and external forms and ceremonies of religion or human conduct in general, without regard to the Spirit." The synonyms listed are self-righteousness and hypocrisy. I love our faith. I love Jesus Christ, all that he teaches, all that he does in his life to show us the way. But over the 41 years, there have been times that I am at odds with and have been disappointed with the formal church that I work for. I get the fact that over the years we had to organize because we got so big. But a hierarchy with titles and ranks is not Jesus' language. Candidly, I understand all the reasons that I've been asked to step down. Some of the effects of my sickness might be unsafe for others. And all of that is true. But I refuse to be labeled by it or defined by it. My biggest resentment is that decisions are made by people who don't really even know who I am. At least not on that level of the third cup of tea. That's what we have to be about as people in this world that we live in. I'm not so much proud of me as I am proud of us. We have done some great things together. We have gone past the rules to putting the Spirit and our Christianity to work. There are three things, when I think about them, that are the most important to me. Number one, we are a parish that is defined by outreach. We have been active in the community of Patterson. We've been active in Jersey City. We have been active by housing homeless people here ourselves, and many, many things, almost too many to mention. The second thing, which I think is equally important, is that I've been told by many people who visit and come to us that we are welcoming. It's certainly something that I think when you hear the word Christian, that has to be the synonym, welcoming. And thirdly, and maybe the most challenging of all, is that we have tried, and I certainly have tried, to deal with truth. We live in a world where people like to tell each other what they want to hear. I guess it's better than lashing out, but it really has no gravity. And so we've struggled through some things, and we deal with some things, and we don't have answers for everything. I'd be the last one to say that I have answers for everything. I do apologize to anyone that I might have hurt. I feel that I've not always done the best thing, but I've always done what I thought would be the best thing at the time. In all of it, the most important thing to me is I've tried to honor you. My parting words to you is to make sure you honor yourself, and that we need to all try to honor other people. We need to honor ourselves not in an egocentric way, but as children of God. If we really understood and believed that about every single person in the world, including the people we can't get along with, it would be a far better place. We can't get that third cup of tea with every single person we meet. I feel very privileged tonight to have family and friends and people who have supported me for many, many years. Sadly, my spiritual director is not well enough to be with us, but she has been an amazing part of my life for 44 years. With my sister and niece and nephew, their children, with family and friends from other parishes, it means the world to me. I mean, I don't sometimes realize it, but I'm a pretty loyal person. I've had the same barber for 40 years. I've had the same spiritual director for 35 years. I've had the same dentist for 36 years. And it goes on and on and on. I thank you for sharing this journey with me. It's the greatest thing we have. It is life itself. If we really got to know people on the deepest level, on that third cup of tea level, there'd be a lot more understanding, a lot less criticism, and a lot less judgmentalism. Because then we get to know who people really are. I've heard some things over the last number of weeks that have been troubling. Things where I feel almost like dismissed and definitely not understood. But far outweighing that has been the understanding, the support, and the love of all of you, which far outweighs anything else. It's possible that I didn't have to go on, and I could have reduced this homily to 3 words. I love you.